Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing 10 of my favorite fragrances for fall this year. If you're new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. This is our pink, sparkly, positivity-filled bubble on YouTube where we talk about our love of luxury beauty, fragrance, and so much more. So if that sounds like something that interests you, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another thing. On Fridays, we talk about fragrance, and I wanted this list to represent a wide array of occasions. So there's daytime, evening, workplace appropriate, and special event. There's a little something here for everything and everyone. So let's go ahead and get started. My number one favorite fragrance for fall this year is Aventus For Her from Creed. They recently released the Eau de Cologne, which is a unisex version, so it's sort of the middle ground between Aventus For Him and Aventus For Her. But I've been leaning a lot more feminine with my fragrances lately, and I cannot get enough of this scent. It is so beautiful. It's so light, fresh, and airy, but there's this hint of something more. It's a little bit extra. It gives you confidence. It makes you feel so sexy. The scent itself is incredibly addictive. You just kind of never want to stop smelling it. I just applied this, so this is going to be my scent of the day. It has top notes of green apple, pink berries, and Italian bergamot, a heart of Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, musk, and sandalwood, and base notes of sweet peach, cassis, lilac, amber, and ylang-ylang. Aventus For Her is just so much fun to wear. You have those fruity top notes, the green apple, the Italian bergamot, so there's a citrus, fresh, crisp vibrancy that makes this fragrance beautiful for a daytime, great for the office even, maybe a big meeting where you want that boost of confidence. But then you have peach in the base note. There are some fun, flirty sort of notes and little nuances throughout the life of the fragrance. And I think the sandalwood in the middle gives it a real sort of understated power and a real strength to this fragrance. Second on the list is Metalique from Tom Ford. This is their latest signature collection launch. It is a very fresh, airy take on fall-winter. It's considered to be a floral aldehyde, so it has a soft, powdery, everyday romance type of feel. I was very surprised whenever I first smelled this fragrance because the most popular aldehyde, or at least what is sort of known as the first aldehyde fragrance, is Chanel No. 5. And this does have this aromatic there but not there, but it's a very modern take on that type of fragrance. So it is like fresh powdery snow, that first cool fall winter morning. That's the type of fragrance that this is. It has notes of pink peppercorn, heliotrope and balsam, vanilla and creamy sandalwood. It's still a relatively new launch, but I think Metalique is going to be a real crowd pleaser. There's this crisp sharpness, and yet it's very smooth and creamy with the vanilla and sandalwood. It would be a beautiful daytime fragrance. I think this is perfect for the office because it is not overpowering. It's very soft. Even when you first apply it, it's soft when it's its most intense, and then as you wear the fragrance, it's just going to get a little bit lighter, and it's more personal, so somebody has to be a little bit closer to you to really pick up on it. It's beautiful. Third on the list is a classic. It is Coco by Chanel, but this is the eau de toilette interpretation. So it is still a warm, sensual, floral oriental, but it's a little bit lighter than the original eau de parfum, which is beautiful for fall, but this is more of a day to evening, perfect transitional fragrance. It's spicy and feminine with notes of clove, leather, peach, sandalwood, and tonka bean. It just sounds delicious. A fragrance like this could take you from the office to happy hour. It's very versatile and it's incredibly elegant. There's a sophistication about Coco, the eau de parfum or the eau de toilette. This version will give you a little bit more range, but both are just classics and they smell very rich. Another one of my favorite fragrances for fall is the Gentle Fluidity Gold. This is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is another one of those perfect transitional fragrances. I can see myself wearing this during the day. I've worn it during the day a lot, but it also works really nice for evenings as well as special occasions because there is a true understated elegance about this scent. The notes are delicious. It has a sweetness to it. It has a real smooth, sort of creamy vanilla scent, but it's a powerful vanilla. It's like ferociously feminine. It has notes of juniper berries, nutmeg, coriander, musk, ambery woods, and vanilla. So it even sounds like a fall fragrance. It actually sounds like a delicious chai latte. This bottle is so special to me and I will keep it for a lifetime because it is actually signed by Francis Kurkdjian. I had the incredible opportunity to meet him, sit down with him one-on-one, and attend a masterclass that he held here in Miami. And it was when he was launching Gentle Fluidity Gold and Gentle Fluidity Silver, because there were two fragrances launched at the same time. And it was so fascinating to hear him talk about his inspiration and the process behind creating all of his fragrances, but this fragrance in particular. So it really just inspired and sparked a love of this fragrance within me. But also, I think of all of my fragrances, this just feels like it fits my personality. So this is easily a perfect everyday fragrance for me. I just love this scent. My next favorite fragrance for fall is a new launch. It is the Gabrielle Essence by Chanel. This is a bolder, more sensual interpretation of the original. They are both eau de parfum, but with the essence, they heightened the tuberose and the jasmine, so it gives it a smooth creaminess. I think it's a little bit more elegant and definitely more fall appropriate. So Gabrielle was inspired by the woman before she was Coco, so it's light, airy, floral. The new version is more solar. It's a little bit more powerful. It contains the same notes of jasmine, ylang-ylang, orange blossom, and tuberose, which were put together to create this imaginary flower. The essence is more radiant. It is a deep, sensual floral. This would be perfect for day or evening, the office. I imagine a sophisticated young entrepreneur, somebody who really embodies Gabrielle Chanel before she was Coco. It has become one of my favorite new Chanel fragrances. It is just so beautiful. The next perfect fragrance for fall is Black Orchid from Tom Ford, and I included this on my list of my top 10 favorite sexy date night scents. And this is still a perfect date night scent, but it's also really just wonderful for evening. There's something that is incredibly modern and timeless about this scent. Because this is the eau de toilette version, it's going to be a little bit lighter than the original, so it's still very deep and powerful. Similar to the Coco eau de toilette. The eau de parfum version of these fragrances is going to be that wow, you step in the room and everyone can smell you sort of power fragrance. But the eau de toilette gives you more versatility. So this could be worn maybe happy hour. I don't know if this is really daytime appropriate, but it could be early evening to late evening. It could be special occasion. It's incredibly sophisticated. So this would be beautiful with a gown and beautiful fancy jewelry. And it really just sort of makes a statement without being too much. It contains black truffle, bergamot, black orchid, black plum, and patchouli. There's something very special about the fact that Black Orchid was the first fragrance that Tom Ford ever created. And while a classic scent like this can be worn year-round, I think it leans towards the colder months. So for fall, winter, Black Orchid is brilliant. This next fragrance might be somewhat polarizing, but it is absolutely one of my favorites. It is Replica by the Fireplace, and it smells exactly how it sounds. I was so happy to see that Mandy Davis mentioned this as one of her fall favorites, because every time I show this fragrance to someone, they kind of give me a funny look. So I know there will be people who really love and appreciate this scent, while others may not quite really get it. For me, it is incredibly nostalgic. It just brings me back to childhood, being by a fireplace or camping. It's so yummy and delicious. It is definitely a fall forward fragrance. It has top notes of pink pepper, orange flower petals and clove, a heart of chestnut and cade oil, base notes of vanilla, Peru balsam, and cashmerean. The dry down of this fragrance is a very woody vanilla. It is unisex, but I think no matter who is wearing this fragrance, it will attract some attention. This is one of those fragrances that if you are going to try it, you must try it on your skin. Don't simply smell it from the bottle or spray it on a blotter card. Wear it for a few hours and see what you think then. My next favorite fall fragrance is Carolina Herrera Good Girl Gone Bad. And I think this scent is probably making everybody's list across the board this year because it is just so perfect for the colder months. It's a little bit more evening, maybe perfect for a date night. It's warm and sensual, so this is the perfect cuddle fragrance. It contains tuberose, jasmine, and tonka bean, which is known to make your mouth water. The bottle will certainly stand out on your vanity, and this fragrance was inspired by the duality of the modern woman, so both soft and sensual. This also happens to be one of the most affordable fragrances on this list, and they're coming out with some gorgeous sets for the holidays. There's a stiletto shoe that is all gold and sparkly, so this is one to look out for. My next favorite fall fragrance is an oldie but a goodie, and it is Black Opium from YSL. This is a gourmand fragrance. It's very sweet and sensual. It contains white flowers, coffee, vanilla. It's an award-winning fragrance that is very sexy, perfect for fall, great for special occasions, for date nights, evenings out on the town. I personally don't love the bottle. I think it's very boxy and masculine and not really a great representation of the very sexy feminine fragrance that's inside, but I still just love the mood that this scent evokes. It is so sophisticated and timeless, classic for a reason. If you've stuck with me this far, I hope you will comment down below and let me know what your favorite fall fragrance is this year. I am down to my last pick, and it might feel like it's kind of random and coming out of left field. I don't think anyone would guess this fragrance, but I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that some gardenias will have a second flowering in late summer, early fall. So I feel like it is still fall appropriate, and it is Gardenia from Chanel. The Gardenia is a very special flower because it looks nearly identical to the camellia, which was Coco Chanel's favorite flower, but it has no scent. The Gardenia, however, has a beautiful fragrance. So Coco Chanel worked closely with Ernest Beau, her perfumer at the time, to create a crisp and creamy floral fragrance. This really isn't a traditional fall fragrance, but it reminds me so much of a winter wonderland with fresh white snow everywhere. It's light, airy, and crisp, but it's also very smooth and sensual and romantic. I wore this as my wedding day fragrance, and we got married last December. So to me, just through scent memory alone, I just think of white lace and Christmas time, and I think this is just a perfect floral fragrance for fall. And that completes my top 10 favorite fall fragrances for this year. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you saw something that interests you. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me any of your comments, your questions, definitely your recommendations down in the comment section so we can keep the conversation going there. As always, I will be linking all of the fragrances as well as everything that I used today on my face down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.